This is Recipe for Sleep, a podcast where we dust off very old cookbooks and let them lull us into dreamland. I'm Erin Brindley, a chef and storyteller. Tonight I'm going to read to you softly and sweetly from Aunt Betty's Cookbook by Betty Lippman, published in 1918. What each of these old cookbooks have in common, besides a recipe for something called Tutti Fruitti, is the recipes are simply a cozy place to put your busy brain while sleep finds you. I had a great Aunt Betty, and she was every picture of a great Aunt Betty you might have in your mind. She was tall and resembled a golden girl, probably Dorothy. I stayed at her house for a week one summer when I was 9 or 10, and I'll never forget walking into the bathroom and seeing her wig on a styrofoam head. I had no idea she wore a wig before that, and the sight was so startling. Aunt Betty, like my grandmother and her sister, was a great cook, and I imagine she was very familiar with all these recipes. They seem like the type passed down from Aunt Betty to Aunt Betty. Now, it's time to put away anything you were doing and snuggle deep into your sweet covers. Softly close your eyes and imagine the kitchen of your mind. There are 2 cupboards there. Yesterday's cupboard, for all the things that have already happened that your mind wants to chew on. And tomorrow's cupboard, for all the things you're going to do or what's going to happen later. It's time to put everything away in those cupboards. Imagine closing each one. You made it to this cozy, quiet time of day where there's nothing to do but listen to me read you Betty's old recipes until you drift off to sleep. Aunt Betty's Cookbook. Copyright 1918 by S. Bacharach. Appetizers. Tomato aspic. 1 can tomatoes. 2 small bay leaves. Put in large or small molds in cold water. ½ tablespoon salt. 2 tablespoons sugar. 4 cloves. 2 tablespoons vinegar. ½ onion. Cook 15 or 20 minutes. Dissolve 1 envelope of Knox gelatin in ½ cup of cold water. Peel and slice a cucumber. Moisten with a little vinegar and pepper. Strain tomatoes. Then cool. Put in gelatin and tomatoes, and stir a cup of tomato juice into mold until partly stiff. Alternate cucumber and tomato. Put on ice for 2 hours. Celery appetizer. Use either shells or celery root, or a slice of tomato, or a slice of celery root. Then riced yolk of hard-boiled egg. Then white of eggs in stripes and caviar in squares. Serve with gargoyle. Sweetbread appetizer. 1 package of Knox gelatin soaked in ½ cup of cold, clear soup stock. Heat ½ cup soup stock. Boil and break up 1 pair of sweetbreads into small pieces. Pour the hot soup stock over dissolved gelatin, then add another cup of cold soup stock and juice of 1 lemon. If not sufficiently salty, add salt. Put a cut star of pimento in the bottom of each timbale. Oil timbale forms with olive oil. Pour in a little of the mixture. Let it cool on ice. Then put in some sweetbreads and more liquid. Line sides of mold with asparagus tips. Pour pieces in each mold. Add cut up celery and fill molds with liquid. Egg appetizer. Half hard-boiled egg for each person. Rice white and yolk separately. 1 envelope of Knox gelatin with half cup of cold soup stock. Dissolve, then add a pint of hot soup stock. Oil molds. Put 1 tablespoon stock in each mold. When slightly cool, press in a slice of an olive stuffed with pimento, then layer of caviar, then a sardine, then stock, then white of egg, then stock. Press down firmly. Fill from remaining stock. Cool. Serve with mayonnaise. Artichoke appetizer. Boil artichokes gently in salt water. Cut in halves. Fill with chicken salad. Serve with mayonnaise. Beet appetizer. Beets about the size of a tangerine, either canned or boiled. Scoop them out enough to hold half hard-boiled egg. Take out yolk, put through ricer. Mix yolk with caviar. Fill this into the hard-boiled whites of eggs. Put a sardelle around white and a pimento olive in the center. Serve on lettuce leaf. Anchovy appetizer. Toast spread with anchovy paste, then slice of boiled ham broiled. Pour a sauce made of cream and cheese with the butter, flour, and milk, and grated cheese over this. Oyster cocktail. Mix oysters with a little lemon juice, salt, and pepper. Arrange in glasses. On top, put a great deal of ketchup, with a round dash of horseradish in the center. If you wish it stronger, a few drops of Tabasco sauce may be added. Celery cups appetizer. Take even-sized celery roots, boil, not too soft, and peel. Scoop out. Serve filled with any salad, oyster cocktail, or crab meat. Crab meat cocktail. Put catsup with horseradish in bottom of your glasses. Then fill up well with crab meat. On top, put a thick layer of catsup and a few drops of Tabasco sauce. In serving, each glass can be placed in a larger glass with cracked ice. Sandwich mixture. 1 box boneless sardines. 1 small can of caviar. Half grated onion. 3 hard-boiled eggs. Juice of half a lemon. Mash sardines and eggs through ricer. Mix all together. Spread on rye bread or toast. Herring appetizer. 1 can Bismarck herring. 1 can tuna fish. 1/4 pound sweet butter. A little onion juice. A small can of caviar. Put all through grinder, add vinegar from herring. Put in ring mold. Scoop lemons. Cut piece from bottom to make stand. Take juice of lemon. Dissolve gelatin. Heat lemon juice and water. Fill lemon shells with gelatin and caviar. When stiff, cut in quarters. Place ring mold on shredded lettuce. Place lemon around. Fill center with gelatin molded in cup. Tomato appetizer. Put a slice of toast on a lettuce leaf. Spread with anchovy paste. Then a tomato scraped out and filled with a whole stuffed egg. Put mayonnaise on top and a sprig of parsley. Soups. Tomato soup. Cook a good stock with meat, several onions, parsley, and tomatoes. Put in a saucepan 1 quart tomatoes, cut up, 4 or 5 onions, and allow this to simmer slowly for 1/2 hour. Strain through a fine sieve. Add to stock. Thicken with either flour or cornstarch, which moisten. Add pinch of cayenne pepper, a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of catsup, and tablespoon of table sauce. Serve with small squares of toast or fried squares. Noodles. 1 egg, half eggshell of water, enough flour to knead hard. Roll out very thin. Let dry somewhat after rolling, then cut into 2 parts. Fold up to about 1½ inches in width and cut noodles as fine as possible. For broad noodles, mix and roll the same way, only cut in about 1/2 inch wide strips. Mock turtle soup. Take soup meat and a calf's head and put it on with plenty of water and allow it to boil down to quantity desired. Put on with carrots, parsley, lemon, 1 turnip, a few cloves, whole pepper, and some tomatoes. Boil slowly until meat and calf's head are soft. Take all the meat from the bones of the head. Cut up the tongue. Do not use the brains. Strain the soup, then put on to boil. Mix some brown flour with water or cold stock enough to thicken the soup, but very little or it will make it bitter. Add a pinch of ground cloves and 1 lemon cut in small pieces, also a little red wine. When soup comes to a boil, throw in meat and let it boil thoroughly. Have some hard-boiled eggs cut up in small pieces, and when serving, season to taste. Catsup may be also added if desired. Lentil soup. First, cook beef broth in a separate pot, or, if desired, use broth already cooked. Put 2 cups of lentils on to boil in enough water to well cover the lentils. After cooking 1/2 hour, pour off the water and again put on fresh hot water and cook 1/4 of an hour. Season with salt, pepper, and ginger, and then pour off this water. Cook the soup stock. If you wish a thick soup, brown about a tablespoon of fat or butter with a heaping teaspoon of flour. Add this to soup and allow to boil for a minute. Split pea soup. Take 1½ cup split peas. Wash well. Put on to boil with 3 quarts of water, a large piece of smoked meat, and if desired, the top of a smoked tongue. Let this boil slowly until the peas are entirely boiled. When about half done, add 1 quart of soup stock and take a ring of smoked sausage. If you wish it thick, take a level tablespoon of flour smoothed with a tablespoon of cold water. Add this to the soup and allow it to boil for 10 minutes. Have ready small squares of white bread fried in fat or butter until a deep brown and very crisp, and serve with this soup. The smoked meat gives the soup its fine flavor. Malted milk cocoa. 1 tablespoon malted milk, 2 teaspoons of cocoa, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 cup of boiling water, 3/4 cup of hot milk. Beat up very thoroughly. Cook in double boiler 20 minutes and serve with whipped cream. Cream of tomato soup. For 1 quart and 1 pint of soup, take about 1 pint of soup stock. Melt about 1 cooking spoon of flour and butter on stove. Work until smooth. Put in 2 cups of hot milk, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. If you have no soup stock, use all milk. Have ready about 2 cups of strained cooked tomatoes. Add to soup warm. Put in pinch of salt and pepper. Toast small squares of bread and butter and serve with soup. Plain soup stock. For about 6 plates of soup, use a large marrow bone with plenty of meat on it. Otherwise, buy an extra piece of soup meat. Add this to a pint of tomatoes, or in summer, 3 large ripe tomatoes, about 3 carrots peeled, a bunch of parsley, 1 large onion, and the tops of some celery, some cooked bones of steak and roast beef if you have any, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper, 1/4 teaspoon ginger, and 1/4 nutmeg, and 1 gallon of water. And then put this on a slow fire and boil 5 or 6 hours, or until it boils down to half the quantity. Let it cool, then remove the fat on top by lifting off. Anything like cereal, noodles, or small dumplings can be afterwards cooked in the soup about 15 minutes. Cream of celery soup. Take about 1/4 more of cut up celery. Boil until soft. Then put through a coarse sieve. For 1 quart and pint, or 1 quart and half pint of soup, take about 1 pint of soup stock. Melt about 1 cooking spoon of butter, 1 cooking spoon of flour. Stir until smooth. Put in 2 cups of hot milk and 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. If you have no soup stock, use all milk. Add strained celery, warm, salt and pepper to taste. Toast small squares of bread and butter and serve with soup. Cream of asparagus soup may be prepared the same way, either by using fresh asparagus tips or canned tips. Little dumplings for soup. 1 tablespoon of either fat or butter. The former is best. Cream this well, then add a pinch of salt, pepper, and nutmeg. 1 whole egg and enough cracker meal to stiffen it, but not stiffen enough to roll into small balls. Put on ice. Let it harden, then roll into small balls. Put into boiling soup and boil 15 minutes. Vegetable soup. Have your soup stock ready before cooking vegetables. For 6 people, take 3-inch carrots, chopped in little pieces, and 6 beans. Put on to boil in salt water, then add 1 large raw potato cut up, a large piece of cauliflower, a bunch of asparagus cut in small pieces, 1 pint fresh peas, grains cut from 1 ear of corn, and 2 large fresh tomatoes, scalded and cut into pieces. Put the harder vegetables on first to boil, then add the more tender ones. Boil until almost done, pour off water, and then boil in your soup stock. The best time to prepare this is in the spring of the year when you can buy all vegetables fresh. Can be prepared without corn, or canned corn may be used. Try to cut all the vegetables all the same size, as it adds to taste. Sauces, salads, jellies, soufflés. Gargoyle sauce. 2 cups mayonnaise. 6 tablespoons chili sauce. 1 teaspoon Worcestershire sauce. Some paprika. Teaspoon chopped green pepper. Also pimento chopped fine, and chopped onions if desired. Mayonnaise sauce. 4 whole eggs whipped up well. Add ½ teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon ground mustard, 1 tablespoon sugar, juice of 1/2 lemon, 1/2 cup vinegar, pinch of cayenne pepper. Put on to boil in double boiler. While boiling, add 2 tablespoons of oil drop by drop. This will keep for weeks. When you use part of it, you can improve it by adding whipped cream, but it will do nicely without the cream. If you have only yolks, you can use them in place of the whole egg, but the latter is more economical. Orange sauce. 1 white of egg beaten to a stiff froth, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of orange juice, 2 teaspoons lemon juice. Beat in each separately without stopping in your beating. Serve with any pudding. Rich egg flip. Beat 1 white of egg to stiff froth. Add 1 tablespoon granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of cream, or 1 or 2 tablespoons of cognac. Malted milk blancmange. 1 teaspoon cocoa, 1 tablespoon of malted milk, 1 tablespoon of arrowroot, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons milk, 6 tablespoons boiling water. Mix thoroughly. Cook 20 minutes in a double boiler after having started cooking over direct fire. Scorches easily. Put in wetted mold. Serve with cream and sugar or whipped cream. Cranberry sauce. The whole berry, 3 pints of cranberries, 3 cups granulated sugar, 1 cup of water. Cover closely and boil 10 minutes without stirring. A large quantity may be canned at one time to advantage. It is beautiful for decorating dishes and salads. Omelette soufflé. Carefully separate 6 eggs, using yolks of 3. To the whites, add a pinch of salt and beat to a stiff froth. Grate rind of 1/2 a lemon. Also add 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Add the yolks beaten lightly and mix together quickly. Dust an old platter or a large pudding dish with powdered sugar. Bake 4 or 5 minutes. Plain, easy omelette. Take 2 whites of eggs to beat to a stiff froth. Then beat the yolks. Mix gently together with a spoon. Add a pinch of salt. Place a small piece of butter and skillet on top of stove. Do not let butter get too hot. Pour in eggs. Bake with a moderate fire. Turn over with cake turners. Lift out, spread with jelly, and double over. Prune jelly. Wash 1/2 pound of prunes and soak in water overnight. Put in a double boiler in this water. Cook until tender. When cool, remove the stones and cut into lengthwise pieces. Cut 2 tablespoons of candied orange peel into pieces and soften with a little hot water. Blanch and cut in pieces 1 dozen almonds. Add 2 tablespoons sherry wine, 1/2 cup sugar, 1 flat tablespoon of gelatin dissolved into prune juice, and juice of 1/2 a lemon. There should be 3 cups of the material. If not, add some orange juice. Mix all. Mold in dish with open center. Pour whipped cream in center when turned out. Garnish with cooked whole prunes with stones removed and stuffed with a blanched almond. Junket. Heat 2 cups of milk until lukewarm. Add to this 1 junket tablet dissolved in this lukewarm milk. Add 1/3 cup sugar, small pinch salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Pour mixture immediately into individual molds or glass dish. Place in a warm room until it sets like jelly, then put on ice to cool. Serve with whipped cream on top or garnish with red jelly. Southern Snowball. Pick over 1/2 cup of rice, wash in several waters, and put with 2 cups of milk and 1/2 teaspoon salt in top of double boiler. Cook until milk is absorbed and rice is tender. Dip egg cups in cold water. Pack with rice, carefully but tightly. Turn out on serving dish. Sprinkle with powdered sugar. Put a candied cherry or strawberry on top. Serve with whipped cream or custard. Quince chips. Peel quince, remove seeds, and boil as for jelly. 1 pound of quince to 1 pound of sugar. Have ready 2½ pounds of quinces, cut into fine chips. Boil until tender. Add to the jelly mixture. Apple compote. Parboil whole apples. Scrape out. Fill with stewed or canned cherries. Boil 2 cups water with 1 cup granulated sugar and juice of 1 lemon. Take red Knox's gelatin, dissolve, paint cheeks on the side of the apple. Then lift out apple and allow syrup to boil down. Or put marshmallow in center on top of apple, and before taking out, put coloring in sauce and pour over. Noodle soufflé. 3 cups boiled noodles. Measure after boiling. 4 eggs, separated. 1 cup melted butter. 1/4 cup cream. Pepper and salt to taste. Beat whites to froth and add. Bake 1/2 hour in a well-buttered mold. Set in a pan of hot water. Spinach soufflé. Boil 1/2 peck spinach. Drain and chop very fine. Soak 3 slices of white bread. Heat a large tablespoon of butter in skillet and turn bread about it until butter is all absorbed. Season spinach with salt, pepper, and nutmeg. Separate 5 eggs. Mix yolks. Beat whites to froth. Add to spinach. Grease a mold thoroughly. Line with breadcrumbs fried in butter. Pack with spinach. Stream for 1½ hours on top of range. Tip out. This is also nice in individual molds. Hollandaise sauce. 1/2 cup butter. Yolks of 2 eggs. Juice of 1/2 a lemon. 1/2 teaspoon salt. Pinch of cayenne pepper. And 1/2 cup boiling water. Rub butter to a cream. Add yolks 1 at a time, then salt and pepper, then put in water and lemon juice. Just before serving, let it boil up a few minutes in a double boiler. Cream cheese salad dressing. 1 10-count cream cheese, blue label, mashed. 6 tablespoons vinegar. Add 1 tablespoon at a time and stir in a little chopped chives or onion, a pinch of salt, 2 chopped pimentos, and 1 sliced green pepper chopped. Set in a warm place so that cheese dissolves. Cream cheese with Bartoluke. Take 3 packages blue label cheese. Cream smoothly with a little cream. Whip up 1 bottle of cream and mix through cheese. Arrange in a ring on a dish. In center of the ring, tip out a jelly glass of Bardalouc. Serve cheese with a little Bardalouc. Chili sauce. 24 large tomatoes peeled. 6 large red peppers. 3 green peppers. 3 white onions. 4 tablespoons salt. 3 cups granulated sugar. 1 tablespoon cinnamon. 1 tablespoon mustard seed. 1 tablespoon celery seed. 2 glasses prepared horseradish. 6 cups cider vinegar. Put through coarse grinder and boil 3 hours. Watch carefully. Slaw dressing. Cream 1 tablespoon butter with 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 level teaspoon salt, pinch of pepper, ½ teaspoon Coleman's mustard, 2 eggs well beaten. Bring ½ cup of vinegar to a boil. Pour slowly into quantity mixed. Then put entire quantity on to boil until it thickens. Chop or cut your slaw and let it cool. Deviled eggs. Boil your eggs hard. Let them cool, then halve them. Take out the yolks. Mix yolks with mayonnaise. Then put back into hard-boiled whites. Cut off a bit of the bottom of the white so it will sit well on a platter. Arrange all eggs singly on a platter. Put half an English walnut on each half. Nice to serve with a cold lunch. Cheese souffle. Melt 2 tablespoons of butter. Add 3 tablespoons of flour. When well mixed, add gradually ½ cup scalded milk, ½ teaspoon salt, pinch cayenne pepper, 1/4 cup grated cheese. Remove from fire. Add yolks of 3 eggs beaten until lemon colored. Cool mixture, then fold in whites of 3 eggs beaten to a stiff froth. Pour into a buttered baking dish. Bake 20 minutes in the slow oven. Serve at once. Sweetbread salad. 1 or 2 pieces of sweetbreads parboiled. Skin and break into small pieces. Cut up some celery and English walnuts. Also cut up some canned mushrooms. Season with salt and pepper. Serve with French dressing well thickened. Wine jelly. Dissolve 1 package of Knox gelatin in a glass of wine. Put on to boil 1 pint of wine with a piece of whole cinnamon and a cup of sugar. When it boils, stir in dissolved gelatin and balance of bottle of wine, the juice of 2 lemons, and juice of 2 oranges. Put on entire quantity to boil. Let it boil only slightly, then strain into a mold. Let harden in a cold place or on ice. Bread omelette. 1/4 cup stale crumbs, soaked with 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 yolk of egg, salt, white beaten to a froth. Fry as plain omelette. Serve with jelly. Lemon sauce. 1 cup water, 1 teaspoon butter, ½ cup granulated sugar, 1 lemon sliced, 1 piece whole cinnamon about 3 inches long. Boil. Then whip up yolks of 2 eggs. Pour boiling mixture into eggs by stirring rapidly. Then put on again and boil 2 minutes. Hard sauce. 1 tablespoon sweet butter creamed very smoothly with 2 or 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Flavor with brandy or, if objectionable, with either lemon or vanilla. Brandy sauce. 1 cup water. 1/2 cup sugar. 1 teaspoon cornstarch. Piece of whole cinnamon. 1 lemon sliced. 1 teaspoon butter. Let this boil until thick, then strain, cool, and flavor with brandy. If you wish it rich, add yolk of egg after straining. Shrimp salad. Get fresh boiled shrimps, skin them, cut into pieces. Cut up an equal quantity of stick celery, mix together, then add mayonnaise. Put some mayonnaise over the top of the dish and decorate with whole shrimps. Chili sauce with cabbage. 24 large ripe tomatoes peeled. 3 red peppers. 3 green peppers. 3 large white onions. 1/2 head of cabbage chopped. 4 tablespoons of salt. 3 cups of granulated sugar. 2 tablespoons mustard seed. 2 tablespoons celery seed. 2 tablespoons coriander. 1 cup grated horseradish. 6 cups vinegar. Boil all together very carefully for 3 hours after putting ingredients through a coarse grinder or chopping very fine. Herring salad. 6 herring chopped fine. 6 apples chopped fine. 6 small or 3 large pickles. 1 large cup hickory nuts or English walnuts chopped fine. 2 hard-boiled eggs chopped. Enough vinegar to mix quantity. Coffee jelly. 2 tablespoons flat of Knox gelatin dissolved in 1/2 cup of cold water. Add 1 cup of boiling water, 1/2 cup sugar, 2 cups strong boiled coffee. Strain into cold wet mold. Serve with sugar and cream. Lemon jelly. 2 tablespoons Knox gelatin. 1/2 cup cold water. 1 cup sugar. 1/2 cup lemon juice. 2 1/2 cups of boiling water. Soak gelatin 10 minutes in cold water. Add other ingredients. Strain into mold. Tutti Fruitti punch. 2 quarts water. 1 pound granulated sugar. 2 lemons. 4 oranges. 1 dozen Malaga grapes. 2 tangerines. 4 slices pineapple. 1 banana. 1 pint maraschino cherries. Boil together the water and sugar for 5 minutes. Add grated rind of 2 lemons and 4 oranges and continue boiling for 10 minutes. Strain the syrup through cheesecloth. Add 1 quart of cold water. Extract the juice from the lemons and oranges. Strain and mix with 2 dozen Malaga grapes, cut in half and seeded. The tangerine orange sliced. The pineapple shredded. The bananas cut in slices, and 1 pint bottle of maraschino cherries with their liquor. Add fruit to syrup, chill, and serve same as fruit punch. Orange jelly served in orange baskets. To make baskets, wash oranges. Remove 2 sections from the upper half of an orange, leaving a band of peel for a handle. Dig out the pulp and scrape clean. Fill with lemon, orange, kumquat jelly cut in cubes. For orange jelly, 2 tablespoons flat of Knox's gelatin. Dissolve in half cup of cold water. 1½ cups of boiling water. 1 cup sugar. 1½ cups orange juice. 2 tablespoons lemon juice. Pour into a dish so it will cut into squares, inch squares. Have dish cold and wet. Fill baskets with squares. Keep in ice until ready to serve. Orange jelly cooled in oranges. Cut in halves. Make jelly as above. Pour into empty half shells of oranges. Let it harden. Cut in quarters. Serve with whipped cream. Strawberry sherbet. 1 cup milk. 2 cups strawberries. ½ cup granulated sugar. Mash the berries and strain. To the juice add sugar and milk. Freeze in a small pail. Egg lemonade. Break egg into a glass. Add 2 tablespoons of cracked ice. Juice of 1 lemon. Sugar to taste. Beat or shake thoroughly. Fill glass with cold water. Strain and serve. Pre-digested drink. Lemon milk sherbet. 1 cup milk. ½ cup of granulated sugar. Juice of half a lemon. A few drops of lemon extract. Blend all ingredients and freeze in a small pail. Thousand Island dressing. 1 bottle of cream whipped stiff. ½ pint bottle of chili sauce. Juice of 1 lemon. Red French salad dressing with catsup. 2 tablespoons vinegar. 4 tablespoons catsup. 4 tablespoons oil. 1 tablespoon sugar. 2 slices of pimento chopped. Also half green pepper chopped. 2 tablespoons water. 1 teaspoon salt. And a ½ teaspoon Worcestershire sauce. Sweet dreams.